All right, I'd like you to think about a time where you had an idea that you couldn't get others in your organization to endorse. You couldn't get buy-in. The reality is coming up with ideas and selecting those ideas is at best only half the battle. For ideas to see the light of day, we have to get people to buy in. If they don't buy in, those ideas, no matter how good they are, aren't going to work. So once you've identified the idea most likely to produce desired outcomes, now we need buy-in from everybody. It's critical that you get stakeholders to buy into your ideas, basically to get them to care. That's our fifth principle. Getting buy-in is empathy. It's the same thing. And we do that by having empathy from the perspective of all of our stakeholders. Getting buy-in often boils down to just a couple of questions. The first one is people ask themselves, what is this new idea, this change, this innovation? What does it mean to me personally? Will I have career opportunities? And what am I going to have to give up in order to get whatever promised benefits there are? See, making a change always entails giving up something. Usually it's comfort and familiarity. But anytime we ask people to support a new idea, to adopt a new idea, to make a change, we are asking them to give up something old. And people like their comfort. They like their familiarity. So the new thing has to be worthwhile for them to do it. The second question is, what's the innovation going to mean to my job? Is my great idea or the great idea you're talking about going to put me out of a job? Is it going to be more work for me? Is it going to be more responsibility for me? Sometimes that's good, sometimes it's not. And really, is it or was it worth it? We've all worked for companies that have a history of change, and some of those changes didn't work out so well. So I'm looking at the fatigue of, you're going to ask me to make another change, maybe it's only going to last for a few weeks, then you're going to ask me to make another change. So people, your staff go through the same thing. It's like, well, yeah, you had that last week. What are we going to do this week? It's all valid. But what I find to be the biggest barrier to getting buy-in is the tyranny of the present. An intense pressure for short-term results. We got to get the work out today. We got to get the ideas out today. We got to deal with the customers today. But we all know that it's easier to prevent fires than it is to put out fires. Innovation is an investment in the future. In the long run, it is less expensive to fight fire, to put out fires, to prevent fires than it is to fight them. So we want to do what we can to prevent. So one of the things we do is we instill the necessity and urgency about the need to innovate with everybody. The why. We're doing this because we're keeping up with the needs, the demands of our customers. That's how we overcome organizational inertia. This also means we have to model the innovation agenda. We own the agenda. We set the example, we walk the talk. If we're not willing to change, adopt new ideas, then why would anybody who reports to us be willing to change? So we know how hard it is. This also means that we need strong, bold leadership to encourage and drive change, and not only drive change, but change at the rate and scale necessary to keep up with the demands of our customers, our market, our industry, and what's around us. Sometimes that's not very fast, other times it is faster.